Today we are going to discuss about the muscle tissue. When we talk about the muscle tissue, it is made up of a cell known as myocyte. If you just have a look, this is the cell known as myocyte. Very commonly in books it is given as muscle fibers. These myocytes which makes the muscle tissue, they are elongated in shape. They are very elongated structures. I am talking about the muscle cell, that is the myocyte. It is elongated in nature. Many times it appears as a 30 to 40 centimeter long. That's why they are known as muscle fibers. They are known as muscle fibers. So generally when we use the term muscle fiber, it refers to myocyte, the cell which makes the muscle tissue. When we are talking about the muscle tissue, it is a vascular type of tissue. I am talking about the muscle tissue. It is a vascular type of tissue. It means it does have the blood supply. It is innervated. What is that innervation? It does have the supply of nerves. So when we talk about the muscle tissue, it is a vascular tissue. It is a innervated. It means it does have nerve supply. Vascular, it does have the blood supply. So when we are talking about the muscle tissue, it is made up of myocyte and generally it is known as muscle fibers. Here onwards we will use the term muscle fiber for the cell forming the muscle tissue. So here when we talk about the muscle fiber, what is the structure of muscle fiber? So we are going to discuss about the myocyte. This myocyte, or it is known as muscle fiber, it is a uninucleated structure or it is multinucleated structure. What does it mean? The cell forming muscle tissue or muscle fiber, it is having either one nucleus or more than one nucleus. It is present in the cell or the muscle fiber. When we talk about the other structures in the muscle fibers, if you just have a look, I will just draw one diagram. This is the diagram of the elongated muscle fiber. Generally the nucleus, it is present at the periphery. This is the nucleus of the muscle fiber or myocyte. When we talk about the other structures in the myocyte, what are the other structures? This is the plasma membrane of the myocyte or muscle fiber. The plasma membrane of the muscle fiber or myocyte, it is known as sarcolemma. It is known as sarcolemma. Sarcolemma, it is the plasma membrane of the myocyte or the muscle fiber. So this is the sarcolemma. Cytoplasm of the muscle fiber, it is known as sarcoplasm. Sarcoplasm, it is nothing but the cytoplasm of the muscle cell or the myocyte or the muscle fiber. In books, muscle fiber is the term used because the length of myocyte, it is more, that it appears to be like a fiber. That's why instead of muscle cell, they are using the term muscle fiber in common to the myocyte. So what is the structure? This is the structure. This is the cell, muscle fiber, plasma membrane, sarcolemma, cytoplasm of the muscle fiber is sarcoplasm, nucleus, one or more than one. They are generally present at the close to the plasma membrane, not at the center exactly. So this is the structure of what you say, the muscle fiber. The muscle fiber, inside the cytoplasm of muscle fiber, what are the other things that are present? Inside the cytoplasm, abundant of mitochondria they are present. Abundant of mitochondria they are present. Other organelles they are also present, but mitochondria they are abundant, and these mitochondria they are responsible for giving the energy to the tissue or to the cell. That's why the muscular tissue does have very good strength. Abundant of energy, it comes from the more number of mitochondria present in the muscle cells. Apart from that, if I just draw, these are the some abundant of mitochondria. Apart from that, you will find in the cytoplasm, what is the main structure that is present? Myofibrils, contractile fibers known as myofibrils, they are present in the cytoplasm of the muscle fiber. These are myofibrils. These are myofibrils. These are myofibrils. Cytoplasm or sarcoplasm of muscle fiber, it is filled with bundles of myofibrils. It is filled with bundles of myofibrils. So you are getting the structure of myocyte or muscle fiber. Muscle fiber, this is the cell forming the muscle tissue. It is known as fiber because its length is more. It is an elongated structure. Either one nucleus or more than one nucleus they are present. Either uninucleated or multinucleated. Another nucleus I can show here. Abundant of mitochondria they are present in this cell. The cytoplasm, it is known as sarcoplasm. The plasma membrane of the cell, it is known as sarcolemma. The cytoplasm of muscle fiber, it is filled with contractile fibers known as myofibrils. Contractile, what does it mean? It does mean that it is having the capacity to contract. These myofibrils or the muscles, they get contracted on stimulation. Their length, it is reduced. They get contracted on stimulation. That is the peculiar or important property of the muscle tissue, and this is because of the myofibrils. These myofibrils, they are further made up of myofilaments, and these myofilaments, they are again made up of protein known as actin and myosin. Actin and myosin, or myosin and actin. So again, the sarcoplasm or the cytoplasm of the entire cell, I am talking about muscle cell or muscle fiber, it is filled with myofibrils, contractile fibers, because of which the muscle gets the property to contract on stimulation. These myofibrils, they are made up of again myofilament, thin filaments, and these thin myofilaments further they are made up of myosin and actin proteins. So this is the structure of myofibrils or structure of muscle fiber or the structure of myocyte. So this is in short an overview regarding the structure of muscle fiber. So this is the structure of muscle fiber. Muscle fiber, each muscle fiber, it is covered by one sheath of connective tissue known as endomysium. I am talking about the muscle fiber. It is surrounded by or covered by a sheath of connective tissue known as endomysium. These muscle fibers, they form one bundle. And that bundle of muscle fiber, is known as fascicle. These muscle fibers, they are covered by one connective tissue layer known as endomysium. These muscle fibers, they form the bundle. That bundle, it is known as fascicle, and this fascicle, it is covered by perimysium. What is perimysium? It is again a sheath, a layer of connective tissue surrounding the bundle of muscle fibers or fascicle. And these bundle of fascicle, they again form a muscle tissue, and this muscle tissue, it is again covered by a sheath of connective tissue known as epimysium. You are getting? Again I will repeat. In this diagram we will see that the muscle fiber, it is surrounded by a connective tissue layer known as endomysium. A red arrow, it is shown at this point, and that muscle fiber is forming the bundles. So the bundles of muscle fibers in this diagram, it is known as fascicle, and that fascicle, it is covered by perimysium. It is generally present in all types of muscle tissue except in soft tissue. Perimysium, it is absent. After that, you will find the entire muscle, it is covered by a layer that is known as epimysium. It is very nicely shown in this picture, and that muscle, it is connected to the bone with the help of tendon. If you just concentrate on the muscle fiber, further muscle fiber, it is made up of myofibrils, and myofibril, it is made up of again the myofilament. Further myofilament, it is made up of myosin and actin, which are responsible for the contractile property of the muscles. So this is a very good diagram, you can just have a look and go through. So this is about the muscle cell and the structure of muscle tissue.